Hey everybody, hope you're well, and it's James here over at Crypto Rookies, and today we have some massive news from Quinlan, who is the CEO of KRIOS, and I think it's the news that the community has been waiting for. I'm feeling Hey everybody, hope you're well, and it's James here over at Crypto Rookies, and today we have Quinlan, who is the CEO over at KRIOS. Now, it's been a little bit quiet over the past few months, but they've been incredibly busy, and today Chris is going to give us a complete overview of all the new developments that they have been working on, and also at the end of the video we've got some really exciting news. Hey Chris, how you doing?
Hey, how you been?
Yeah, not too bad, my friend. How's it down in Oz?
Good. Weather's really good. 7 a.m. here, so about to head into the office, but jumping on here with you first.
Oh, wicked. If you could send some of that sun my way, mate, it'd be great, because it's been... we had a great summer and it's just gone really cold, so I think you've nicked it. Obviously, you guys have been incredibly busy behind the backgrounds and stuff, and we've seen some of the overviews that come out on the monthly basis, which is really great to catch up. But can you just give all the viewers today just a real sort of thorough overview of all the developments that you've been working on in the background?
Yep. So something that there's sort of three keys, right? First thing is development. That takes most of our time, managing that, making sure everything's up to speed. We've done 2 live tests on the Ethereum blockchain now. So things are coming along really well. In the time that we've gotten to the point that we are, it is quite incredible. It's a testament to how hard our team work and how much effort they put in. I'm really positive about the level of quality that's there as well. You know, we're past an MVP, things are working, they flow well, we're detecting little bugs, things are good. It is a monumental undertaking. We've released the app, so obviously we do have a working product out there, but the platform's the key, and getting that up to something we're happy with. The team have come together and done a really good job. Next thing is partnerships. Now, we've touched on this before. It's really important to us that the partnerships are something of substance, right? We're not going to announce partners just for namesake. There has to be a genuine need to cooperate and work together. At the end of the day, we're not here to see a skateboard ramp like Trading Chart, because people have been speculating and just announcing partners for namesake. This project's here for a long time, not here for a quick time. So we need partners that deliver value, and there's a point in us actually working together. Otherwise, it's a waste of our time and energy for nothing, really. So we'd much rather spend a month onboarding a partner, going back and forward, that's going to deliver substantive value that we can assist, they can help with us, and it is going to be of a high caliber, rather than just send out an email blast and try and onboard 10 partners that have no value a week. With partners beyond that, then we have platform users. So obviously with our last partnership with Mercury, we've got access to thousands of influencers that are going to be providing their services on the platform. At the moment, we're networking with different cryptos that might provide value, something that we're looking into. Plus, we're looking into business networks and startup accelerators, things like that, where there's businesses that really do need that marketing support that we provide. So there's some things that we're working on. Next thing was the team. We did a bit of a team shakeout, rearrange. New team site's not up yet on the website, but will be soon. A lot of people have had their roles reevaluated, pivot, and things have changed. We've moved out of an ICO stage to a company that's now starting to mature and do what it needs to do. So roles have changed. People that are marketing for us, it's a completely different way to approach it. We're not selling crypto now. We're selling marketing and a platform, and so everyone's roles have changed. Some people have dropped off after the ICO stage, gone on to continue helping with ICOs, and we've onboarded new people that know that space: ad tech and blockchain in general, marketing, B2B sales, stuff like that.
So how big is your team currently then?
Oh, directly 20 at least, with developers both in-house and outsourced. That team's 16. So we've got 16 developers at the moment. That's both in-house and outsourced. So from all over the world. And then with the partners that we're working with Mercury, if you include their staff and stuff, there's a lot of people working on this project.
And just in terms of the Mercury, just so I suppose people understand, is that obviously they've got thousands of influencers. Will they be directly signing up to the KRIOS website, so for instance, or the platform? So when you guys go live, that when, I don't know, say I want to use some of those services, those guys will be ready and waiting. Will that be the case?
Yeah, exactly. So if we look at a lot of the other influencer-specific platforms and the numbers of influencers we have, with that one partnership, we've already beaten that. Plus, you factor in our access to freelancers, our access to the ad tech, access to the blockchain, and essentially being able to eliminate all of these services you need to use, including Skype, Jira, the myriad of tools a small business or freelancer needs to do their job. To be able to do it in one place, we already have more influencers than influencer-specific platforms, and that's not even our main message. So I'm really positive, really excited about it.
No, I remember doing the interview with you guys, with the Mercury guys. It just seemed, the platform will come alive very, very quickly in terms of, those services will be available. Have you not thought about doing a big boxing match like Logan Paul and all that lot for a marketing ploy?
Yeah, look, there's things that we can, lots of different things, but at the end of the day, we need to be a little bit creative, but we also need to be strategic with when we pull the trigger. We don't want to waste all of the marketing that we have available, whether it's just content generation, networks that we have. At the end of the day, the success of the platform is directly tied to how many users we get on. So that's where we really need to focus. And with releasing the development updates, that's why we've been doing that the way that we've just started and been planning to, is rather than just go, hey guys, here's a development, we're educating everyone on how to use the platform. So once it goes live, everyone's not just aware that it's there, they're aware how to use it and jump on and be using it from day one.
Cool. And just in terms of, obviously, your roadmap and budgets and stuff, is that all on track? Are you doing well? You excelling on certain things?
Yeah, Q4 is when we're looking to potentially do an open beta, but beta is what's scheduled for Q4. Well on track for that. We've got really some outside people already showcasing and using the platform, especially when it comes to partnerships, saying, hey, here's how it works, run through it, have a look, see how it feels, how it could benefit you. We've still got to implement new UI and UX, which is the final stage. Basically, what we've got there at the moment is some living wireframes that just so that we can have everything interact and talk to each other, make sure that functionality is there and it's working. And then finally, we do the big change with how it looks, make it look all really inviting and simple. So that's last, but yeah, so Q4 for beta, well on track for that. Budgets are good. Our team's expanding, not shrinking. So if that's any indication, things are well.
Cool. And what would you say is what's been the most exciting thing over the last sort of 6 months since you've launched ICO? And what has been the most challenging thing since the ICO?
Most exciting has been the level of people we're connecting with, the networks that we've established. It's really amazing. People that we talk to that are of really high caliber with whatever network that they're in, saying this is a great idea, this is something we need, I've thought about something like this before and it's not there. Seeing that people don't want to be involved but see the need for it too and see what we're doing, why, and wanting to be involved. For me, it's been really exciting and validating, really, to have those people be so eager to jump in, all hands on deck, because of the value that it provides. At the end of the day, when it comes to ad tech, and online ads, there's one major player, a monopoly, if you will, from them. And at the end of the day, it's hurting small businesses. We need to give the power back to small businesses, back to business in general, cut out that middleman that at the moment is, really has all the control and power that can turn off, essentially, if they ban your account, they turn off your live stream of customers. That's what we're doing, and we're disrupting not just a big industry or a valuable industry, but we're also disrupting a very big and powerful company without mentioning any names. So for me, it's exciting. That also is probably the biggest challenge as well, is taking on some of these giants. Well, we're not quite right into the whole competing for the same piece of the pie. The exciting part and the challenge is probably the same thing. But a challenge, I guess, is where it becomes more fun. If it was easy, it wouldn't be exciting or fun. So that'll be the biggest challenge coming up. But also working with a community of people. It's broad, it's diverse. You've got people that all want different things out of it. The thing that Paul mentioned, and I think we put it out in one of our newsletters, if I recall, was for people that bought in wanting to become a millionaire overnight. That's not how crypto works. It never is. That's anyone that had those sort of grand ideas that they could put in $50 and buy a Lamborghini tomorrow. That's not how crypto works. At the end of the day, you could get lucky with a speculation ski ramp like thing, but it's not substantive.
Yeah.
You need stable growth. You need users. You need, at the end of the day, something behind it that works. So those people that wanted to get rich quick overnight, that it doesn't happen. That was never the intention. And that has been a little bit troublesome. But the people that understand the project and bought into the pre-sale, knowing that they're going to be able to get great deals with marketing, the long-term vision for the project, things like that, that's really what needs to happen. Unfortunately, not going to be a millionaire overnight, but long-term, stable, steady growth backed by a substantive product and people using it is ultimately what the value should be tied to, and that's what we want to see.
Yeah, it just reminds me of like the typical sort of J curve. I think there's all that excitement at the beginning, and then people sort of like lose some interest and go away while you guys are working on the project. And like you say, now is the time to build, and obviously as more users come into the platform, it will generate that growth, which year on year, it's like any business. It's like because you talked about like the smaller businesses, and I went to a trade show the other day. And I do it every single year, so it's and the smaller brands. Like I work for Cadbury's. You probably have that down under. We're pretty big. We're the biggest actually in the world. Yet our stand was half the size of some real small niche brands that seem to just be popping up. And I think that small local business thing is really starting to catch fire. Like people are sick of big businesses like the Tesco's like owning everything. People just hate them just for that reason. And actually, like when you're talking about the smaller businesses, sort of resonates because I see it in other industries, not just the advertising industry, but the food industry as well. So that's a really interesting dynamic. And also it's being on top of that trend. So you guys are getting in early doors where someone will try and come in 2-3 years time, try and copy what you're doing, but they'll just be miles behind at that point.
Yeah. We've been doing this project for coming up to at least 2 years. So we know, we've been there, we've failed, we've been there, we've failed, we've been there, we've failed, and we've been there, getting it right. It happens. So it's a long, steep process. If someone does come in and try and copy, by all means, welcome the competition. We're not, we know what we need to do to survive and grow and scale and provide essentially deliver what our mission is. And ultimately, I'd welcome more competitors to that space as long as they're trying to achieve the same thing. Because that's why we're here ultimately, is to help businesses grow so that they can in turn provide their product and service and make the world a better place.
No, it's good to see that you guys are, you're very focused on what you need to deliver, which is good. Because obviously it's going to deliver value for, token holders later on down the line. And I'm sure I read somewhere the other day that there were some ICOs and they raised some money and all the rest of it, and obviously then crypto went down a bit and they panic sold, like, I don't know, they raised like 16 million and sold it for 3 or something like that. So it's good that you guys are switched on, got your heads in the right place, focused, and know exactly what you need to deliver, which is really, for me, is that I'm personally invested in this project as well. These are the type of things that I want to hear, that there is this long-term plan. It's not just a quick fix and see you later type thing, which is great. So brilliant sort of developments there. I know you guys have been incredibly busy. You've also got some really exciting news for us. It's probably the news that the community has been wanting to hear for a long time. So I'm going to hand over the floor to you, Chris, and you can do the big announcement.
Cool. So I've been waiting to announce this one because I think it takes a little bit of a weight off my shoulders, and we can continue on with the development and do what we need to do. A lot of people in the community will be happy, so that's exciting. I'm keen. Now that we've done this, I said to Dan a month or so ago, I said, when we announce this, when it happens, I'm going to go somewhere where there's no phone reception for a day and just read a book and relax. So I'm definitely looking forward to after this one.
Oh, wicked.
So where deposits are opening on LA token or KRI token, and then 2 days, September the 13th, what's happening is trading begins. So really, really happy with LA token, gone back and forward a little bit, had some good discussions. You were saying to me earlier that you saw them at their ICO stage. So you'd have seen how far they've come along. Daily volume over 30 mil, a really, really good exchange. The guys there are working really hard and building that exchange. So yes, we're going live on an exchange, good volume, more than KuCoin. So I'm happy with the size, and the team there have been phenomenal to work with. Beyond that, just seeing the work they're putting in every blockchain show they can be at, constant videos, and essentially doing what we have to do with our platform. They're growing and building and showing. So I see a lot of correlation with what they're doing and what we have to do in an entirely different space, but with our platform. But really excited for number one exchange to be LA token.
No, yeah, you're right. I invested early in ICO in LA token, still hold them today. So I've already signed up, which is good. So I'm ready to rock and roll with that, and that's really exciting. And I think you highlighted a really key point there, because when I first heard LA token, I mean, I hadn't checked the volumes for a while, but yeah, like Livecoin, KuCoin, I mean, it does outstrip on volume quite significantly, and there's quite a good variety of coins on there as well. So that's really exciting. Now, you've got number one exchange done. Is there plans for more? And can you release any names at this moment in time?
Yeah, absolutely. There's more. So it's something that, along with all the other things we're doing, we're constantly doing. We've got a few different people using their networks, contacting exchanges, going back and forward, ultimately working out timing that works, the right ones, and making sure we're doing the best thing for the project. So to answer the question in long form, there it is. Short form, yes, there's more in the pipeline coming soon. Can't announce names, not going to till we're at the stage that we are now with LA token. There's regulations and things around that, obviously. We remember the Bitcoin Cash scandal. Everyone was a little bit annoyed about that. Yeah, we're waiting. We could have announced things a little while ago, but we wait until the exchange does it first, because we're not going to do that, get ourselves in trouble or potentially ruin any deals by jumping the gun. But yeah, more coming, good exchanges, and we'll continue working on that side of the business as well.
I mean, that's great to hear. I know there's a lot of people that will be really excited about that they'll be able to start trading. And again, hopefully, with all the great work that you guys are doing, that we'll continue to see the value of the token just increase. Is there any quick messages you'd like to give to the community while you've got this opportunity, Chris?
I think I'd just like to thank everyone really that's been there and been active, seeing where the project's at, being realistic with what they expect, and at the end of the day, happy with what's coming out, knowing that it's not something that could be done overnight.
I just want to really thank you, Chris. I know that you had to get up very early this morning. I know we were texting late last night, so I do really appreciate you coming on, giving us these updates, and hopefully you'll give me a shout when you have the next exchanges, and we'll do another live video for everybody as well. So just want to say a big thank you, Chris.
Cool, no problem at all. Thanks for chatting as always. You guys have always been really supportive and it's really good. If anyone in the community wants to ask any questions specifically about what we've spoken about, I don't know if they want to, you can direct them where to leave the questions and maybe we can touch base.
If people just leave comments on the YouTube video, and I will pass them on to Chris, and then I'll post the answers on there as well. So any questions, post them on there and I'll give them to Chris and we'll sort that out. Thanks very much, Chris, and I really appreciate your time, mate.
Cheers.
So that was a great interview with Chris. I think he really addressed some of the issues that the community had with getting onto an exchange. That box is ticked now and they can carry on with the rest of the project. As he said, there are more exchanges to come. We've obviously discussed a few things. So we will have the exclusive launches of those exchanges on this channel. So keep your eyes peeled because there are more coming. I think also Chris talked about, leaving comments and he'll get back to you and stuff. So if you leave them on the channel, I will go back to him. I'll either get his answers, or if there's enough questions, we may do another video to address all your questions that you have. And as always, guys, I really appreciate you tuning into the channel. Please hit up the social media, Twitter, Instagram, and also check out the Crypto Rookies website and also the ICO discount website. As always, guys, appreciate your time, and I'll catch you on the next video. I'm feeling